Welcome to the full push day workout. If you haven't been following along on Instagram or TikTok at the Maestro Movement, go check it out because each day of the week I've given you 3 different variations for a different section of the push day. For your push day workout, choose one variation of each section of the workout. Today you will see me choosing one variation of each section as I go through the entire workout. You're doing 3 sets of 12. If the exercise requires you to do both sides, don't forget to do both sides. The first section of any workout should always be your warm-up. This is always skipped by people and it's the worst thing you could possibly do. When you first start working out, you have to be able to get your body warm, breaking a sweat, and getting the muscles you're going to use ready for the workout. These are very simple things I like to do. I learned them growing up playing soccer. It's just shuffles. You want to kind of think about going sideways, forward and back, and twisting your hips, and just really breaking a sweat. That's the main objective. Break a sweat and get your body ready for your workout. So here I'm going to start off. It's going to be nice little skips, just getting my arms coming across. Sometimes I'll do arm circles. I'll do this for about 2 to 3 times. So I'm just starting here. Nice and easy skips. Really trying to open up the chest and open up the back. Nice. I'll travel 10-15 yards and I'll do the same thing on the way back. And this is nice and easy to start off. It should take no more than 10-15 minutes. Sometimes when you've just started working out, you're going to break a sweat really fast because you don't have the conditioning. As you start to get in shape and you have the conditioning, it may take a little longer, or you just increase the intensity as you go. But don't forget, the main objective is to break a sweat. Get your body ready for the workout. So again, just nice and easy, trying to loosen up my body. I've already done some other stuff here, so I'm already kind of warm. This shouldn't take too long. Same exact thing here. Again, it's a push day, so I'm warming up my shoulders, warming up my legs. It's the same thing for any day, to be quite honest. I use the same warm-up most of the time. The people that I train will tell you, exactly what to do every single time they come in. Obviously, I change it up so it's not boring, but it's the same objective. We're just trying to move, get the body warm, get the hips ready. And remember, do not skip this. This is very important. A lot of people, when they come in, they're already tight, they're already kind of aching, and to go straight into a workout and expect to be able to push weight and get into ranges of motion, it's just not realistic, okay? So make sure you warm up, make sure you're feeling good before you get into the chunky part of your workout. Okay, so the side to side shuffles here really open up the groins, open up the outside of the hips. Same exact thing with side shuffles here. I'm opening up the insides of my hips, working on coordination. Sometimes you'll see people, they don't know how to shuffle. Coordination is going to be very, very important for my workouts. You're going to find out very quick that coordination gives you balance, gives you strength, and the majority of the time, the difference maker between a regular person working out and an athlete is just coordination. So you will see that I'm very big on that. And for someone who just started working out, it should also be very important. Okay, we're gonna do one more of these. I'm gonna do karaoke. So again, just working on keeping my hips healthy, being able to rotate, being able to move side to side here. And again, do you have to do this warm up? Absolutely not. The goal of the warm up is to get warm. You can choose something that you like, but there should be some dynamic stretching in there. You should feel your body and your muscles getting warm. You should have a better range of motion. And again, make it dynamic. You should be moving around, working on your coordination, working on your balance. A fun thing to do is grab a camera and record yourself doing a side shuffle or a zigzag shuffle and see how clumsy you are. It should look like this. Nice and easy, smooth. If you can't do this, 2 shuffles every time on the dot, you're not coordinated. Okay, just going backwards here. Cool, so that's about 5 minutes there. Now I just kind of warm up my body here. This is kind of where I stay a little stationary. I won't really move too much. I would just stay in this area. Warming up my shoulders, just making big circles backwards. It's one of my favorite ways to warm up my upper body and my lower body. It's kind of the whole thing, right? We're gonna do about 20 circles backwards. Just for the sake of this video, I'll do around 10, then we go forward. And I'm using the legs to drive the circles. Again, coordination, getting my whole body ready. I like to give people examples. This is almost like if you're gonna go diving into a pool. Big circles here. Now we're gonna go single arm. This is like you're doing a backstroke in a pool. Kind of shift your weight. Both arms are going at the same time. Try not to do this. Okay? Both arms are going. You also think about reaching back to grab something. Goal is just to move my body. You can see I'm starting to sweat. Sometimes you'll have to take a break. That's completely fine. The goal again, to get the whole body warm. Good, now I'm gonna go forward. And this is part of their cardio / conditioning. Sometimes this warm up will take people out. And a good measurement of your cardio is, can you get through the whole warm up without needing a break? Very simple things, but they go a long way. Good, so that's more of my upper body. For me, I like to jump around. Doing plyometrics are a good way to get my lower body warm. This doesn't have to be something you do. Again, I've shown you different options. If you don't like my options, choose something else you like, but follow the structure, follow the workout plan, okay? I like to kind of do simple, just squats here. I'll probably do the 5 here. Yeah, and just getting my lower body ready. And I go into splits. And here, the goal is just to land very soft. And again, to be coordinated. Are my arms coordinated? My body coordinated? Does it look effortless? Doesn't mean it's easy. Good, now I go skiers. Now I'd probably do another round of that. This should take about 10-15 minutes. By the end of it, look, starting to sweat, my body's warm, my muscles are warm. Gonna go get some water, recover. Now I'm ready to get into the main portion of my workout. Okay, you've already done your warm up, now we're getting into the actual workout. If you go on the Instagram, the Maestro Movement, for your squat portion of the workout, I give you 3 different variations of squat that you should be doing. 1 squat with this position, 1 squat with this position, and then 1 squat down here. You need to be good at all 3 variations. This is where in your workout, you can switch them out so your workouts don't get boring and you progress all of them. Today, I'm gonna start with a landmine. Very important to just think about loading your feet and pushing out, and I'm thinking about pushing the bar through the wall in front of me, okay? Remember, they should be lightweight. We're trying to build conditioning into the body, into the muscles. So we're gonna do 3 sets of 12. So I'm here, making sure I have good balance, bouncing on the balls of my feet, the heels are up, I load, and I push. That's 1. 2, we got 12. Something that you're gonna need that we'll talk about later in the series is the need for cardio. A lot of the times when people will start to work out, they lack conditioning. So as they do their session, the intensity drops. This is very important to be able to recover fast, to keep the intensity through the entire push day. Now we're on to the section of our overhead press. Again, I've shown you 3 different variations. Choose whatever variation you like. Remember, you need to get good at all of them. Some people may not have this landmine attachment at a gym. Go find something else. You have 2 other variations. Here, I'm focusing on my upper body push, making sure I'm getting the right muscles to work. So, I'm lined up, and I'm doing 3 sets of 12. Remember, we're trying to build conditioning, we're trying to build coordination and good balance as we do this. It's very important to do individual sides, because when you improve the individual sides, you improve the whole. I got about 3 more reps here. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, other side. Trying to build conditioning here. Remember, weight is relative to you. Got 2 more. Okay, now we're on our horizontal press. This is the variation that I'm choosing. You're going to see a theme throughout the workouts where I'm going to give you variations that put you in different positions. The bench press requires you to get into this position, which is similar to the back squat. If you choose to do that variation, you know what I'm talking about. Now, it's very important when you load yourself, you're thinking about a position where you can push away and be strong. I always like to think about, if someone's standing in front of me, I need to push them away. This is where I feel the strongest. Not up here, not here. It's down here, pushing away. Okay? So, remember, we're building conditioning. You're going to do 3 sets of 12. So I load, push away. Load, push away. You want to go full range of motion, which means bar has to touch the chest. Do not lose your positioning, as you need a stable platform to push from. Nice. Again, I don't know if I'm doing 12. I'm talking, so it's hard to keep track of the reps. We're doing 3 sets of 12. Now we've made it into the accessory part. If you want more context on the accessory part, go watch the Instagram video or the TikTok video at the Maestro Movement. This is my accessory. So I'm going to start with lunges. Remember, we're trying to build conditioning. Your accessories, the first section of it should be dynamic. So this is a nice and easy, just lunge here. Remember, this is where we get to have fun, where we practice our coordination, practice our balance. And here, you're looking for weaknesses that you have, and you're trying to make them stronger. Okay? Nice. You can kind of do this as a little circuit. This is where you kind of get to move around. So here, if you follow me this way, you don't have to just do one exercise and then wait. I like to do a little circuit here. I like to move around. Remember, this is where you get to have fun. This is the fun part of the workout. So, I also like to think about exercises that are going to challenge my coordination, challenge my balance, and at the same time, help me. Just a little backstory on me. I'm playing golf a lot right now, so it's important to me to practice my different types of presses. Pressing from the back foot here, and pressing from the front foot. Again, I'm working on weaknesses. A lot of people, their weakness is coordination. Say for the majority of people who start working out, they are not coordinated. And it's one of the main things I work on with every single person that trains with me. I don't care how advanced you are, you need to be coordinated. Good movers are coordinated. When you're coordinated, you have good balance, you can generate better power, you can have better strength because you're coordinated. So again, if you go to TikTok or Instagram, you'll know that I break up accessories into 2 different parts. But the main goal of the accessory section is to work on weaknesses. Okay? Again, I'm just working through here, a little circuit, making this fun. And you can always switch up your accessories. This is where your compound movements come in that eventually will become the main part of your workout because you're advanced. After you get through all the basic stuff, where you're just building conditioning in the body, you have good coordination, you're stronger, you can generate more power. You can now do compound movements in the beginning of your workouts, and that is how you progress. But that's for later. Right now, let's just focus on these accessories. Again, I'm not really keeping track of reps here. I'm just getting my work in. So, I will do 2 sets like that. And now, I will change up my lunges to side hops. So I'm here now. So I get a little bit of my plyometric. I'm jumping sideways, working on coordination, working on power. Good. Same thing on the way back. And this, believe it or not, is gonna help whatever squat variation I choose in the beginning. This right here is gonna help whatever horizontal press variation I choose to do in the beginning. So I'm just pushing from the back side. Now I'm gonna be pushing from the front side. You can think about this as your jab. The other one is your cross. Again, I've been playing golf. This kind of also helps keep my body feeling good from all the rotation that you get during golf. And I would do another set of that here. 8, 9, 10. Good. We got one more set. And remember, here, if you feel like you have more than one weakness, like here, I'm working on the coordination. I'm working on keeping my body healthy from golf, but it also helps those main movements, okay? You can keep it to something that's easy. That's 4 rounds of this. If you feel like you need to add more, add more. But this is the first section of accessories. Okay. 2 more. Good. Again, I'm sweating, I'm getting my workout in. Okay. I understand that in some gyms, you don't have access to the space that I have to do this. So just be strategic. Choose things that you can group together that you know you'll be able to do. So that is the first portion of accessories. The second portion of accessories I like to think about is your beauty muscles, okay? So muscles are gonna help you specifically with the main variations you chose. Squat, upper body press, or vertical press, horizontal press. A lot of people, their arms aren't strong enough. They get tired before they can complete anything. So this is where you're gonna go in to do bicep curls, tricep extension. Okay, now this is the second portion of accessories. Okay, the second portion is more about isolation, really working on specific weaknesses more in like muscles instead of full body coordination and movement. This is where some people say in your squat, your quads aren't strong enough. You go and do a leg extension. If your vertical press, you feel like your shoulders are giving out or your arms are getting tired, this is where you put in the work to make your arms stronger. So very simple. I feel like everyone likes these. You're going to do bicep curls and tricep extensions. Or for the sake of this, I'm going to do dips on the bench. So I'm just here. Again, it doesn't matter what bicep curl variation you do. You just want to get stronger, okay? I like to alternate here. This is where I start to isolate because my arms are my weakness. They get tired when I'm doing my bench press. They get tired when I'm doing my overhead press, okay? So I need to make sure my arms are keeping up with my workouts, okay? Again, you're trying to build conditioning, you're trying to build some strength in the arms. Okay, so then now I'll go into a dip on the bench. You want to think of different things to make this easier. I like to think about like you're on the edge of the pool, you're inside and you're trying to get your butt on the edge here like that. That's kind of the idea, but without getting all the way to the top. Okay, good. See how I'm going fast? That's completely fine. We're trying to build conditioning. If you need to slow it down, then slow it down. But if you go check out the Instagram reels or the TikTok reels, you know, the accessories, 2 different parts. This is the isolation part. Again, this is where you get to choose what you like. You get to switch it up. Sometimes I like to do challenges with people, but you're still getting better at whatever variation, whatever exercise you choose. Stick with it for a couple of weeks. Get better at it. Remember, you're working on weaknesses, so you have to improve them. You can't just switch it up all the time. Good, now I'm back here. And once you're done with your accessories, that's it. You've now completed an entire workout. You have structure, you have variation of exercises. And the main goal is to always get better, okay? You're improving on things. You're improving your coordination. You're improving your cardio. You're improving your strength. This is a beginner one. As you start to get better, the way you progress, and maybe you could, this is too advanced for you, maybe hear it later, some of your accessory movements, the first part of accessory movements, compound movements, can now become the main portion. Anyway, thank you for following along. Don't forget to go back and look at the Instagram reels. Next week, come back for the full day where we walk you through the entire workout up so you know the different variations to choose to make it easier. Thanks again for watching.